Welcome back, everyone. Ready to dive into something really fascinating. Today, we're exploring the Lo Shu Grid.
Yeah, this ancient Chinese system is all about, well, analyzing the numbers from your birth date.
To, reveal hidden insights about your life.
Exactly. And it's not fortune telling or anything like that.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
more about understanding your
Yeah.
strengths and weaknesses. It's like a map for your potential.
Ooh, a map. I like that.
Yeah.
But how does this Lo Shu Grid actually work?
So imagine a 3 by 3 grid, right?
All right.
With each square holding a number from 1 to 9.
All right, I'm picturing it.
And the key here is how these numbers are arranged. No matter which way you add them, like horizontally or vertically or even diagonally,
Yeah.
they always add up to 15.
Wow, that's kind of freaky. It's like a magic square or something.
It is, yeah. It's like a numerical Sudoku, but with way deeper meaning.
Okay, now I'm really intrigued. So where do our birth dates come in?
Well, your birth date helps us figure out which numbers are prominent in your life
Okay.
and which ones are missing.
Missing. Wait, so it's not just about the numbers we have, but also the ones we don't.
Exactly. And both are super important for understanding your whole picture.
That's a really interesting concept. So, if I have a strong number 1, which I guess we'll learn about later,
Yeah, yeah.
but I'm missing, say, number 5.
Right. So let's say number 1 is all about your career, ambition, leadership. But you're missing that number 5, which is more about stability, work energy.
Mhm.
You might be super successful in your career, but maybe struggle with burnout or just finding a good work-life balance.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that makes total sense.
Mm-hmm.
So each number has its own, specific meaning,
Mm-hmm.
and it influences different parts of our lives.
Yeah, absolutely. Career, finances, relationships, health.
All right, I'm ready to unpack these numbers. Where do we begin?
Well, let's start with number 1.
Okay.
It's a powerful number, very much connected to the water element,
Power. Okay.
and the direction north and the color black. Think of it as the driving force in your life,
Mhm.
the energy that pushes you forward in your career and your communication. It's the energy of the middle son in a family. And for health, it's all about the kidneys and ears.
So someone with a strong number 1, they're probably like a natural leader, someone who takes charge.
Exactly. A real go-getter. Now let's move on to number 2. This one's all about yin energy.
Yin energy. Okay.
Represented by the earth element, the southwest direction, colors like pink and red. It's tied to love, to marriage, sensitivity, and intuition, that deep connection with the mother figure.
So if number 1 is the ambitious leader, number 2 is the compassionate caregiver.
You got it. The one who brings harmony and nurtures those relationships.
Okay, I'm seeing the pattern here. What about number 3?
Number 3 is about wisdom, planning, and expansion, especially within a family. Hardwood element, east direction, the color green, think eldest son, and it plays a role in the health of your feet, ankles, knees.
Interesting. So someone with a prominent number 3, they're probably the intellectual of the family, always learning, sharing their knowledge.
Absolutely. And then there's number 4.
Okay, what's the deal with number 4?
Well, it gets a bit of a bad rap in some interpretations, seen as unlucky.
Uh-oh.
But it's also about wealth, prosperity, discipline, hard work. It's about the eldest daughter. It's that energy that helps you build a solid foundation.
But it doesn't come easy.
Not always, no.
Hmm.
It's connected to softwood element, southeast, colors like green and gold, and health-wise, think liver and thighs.
So it's less about luck and more about the effort you put in.
Exactly. And that brings us to the heart of the Lo Shu Grid, number 5.
Okay, the center of it all.
Yeah, this number is all about stability, balance, freedom, and the ability to adapt. Ruled by the earth element, color yellow. Number 5 is a reflection of the well-being of the entire family.
Wow, so this one's kind of like the glue that holds everything together.
In a way, yeah. And it's tied to the health of your internal organs, too.
Fascinating. So we've covered half the numbers, and I'm already seeing how each one adds this unique layer to understanding ourselves.
And we're just getting started. We still have 4 more numbers to explore.
Okay.
And we'll talk about those remedies.
Right, the remedy.
And those planes or arrows.
Ooh, planes and arrows. Now I'm really curious.
Yeah, it takes this whole system to a whole other level.
This is mind-blowing. I can't wait to hear about the rest of the numbers.
Yeah.
And, how we can actually apply all this ancient wisdom in our modern lives.
All right, let's dive into those remaining numbers, starting with number 6. This one's considered pretty lucky in Chinese numerology.
Oh, lucky, huh?
Yeah. Number 6 embodies love, security, creativity, new beginnings. a helpful nature. It's connected to the father figure, the hard metal element, northwest direction, and colors like black and white. And it also governs the head and its well-being.
Number 6 sounds like a good one to have.
It is. Now, number 7, this one's kind of interesting. It's about children, creativity, anxieties about the future, connected to the youngest daughter. Soft metal element, west direction, colors like silver and gray. It encourages like reflection, learning from those disappointments, and focusing on the well-being of the mouth and lungs.
So number 7 reminds us that setbacks are going to happen, but it's about how we use them to grow, right?
Exactly. And now on to number 8, another lucky number in the Lo Shu Grid. This one signifies knowledge, education, memory, discipline, intuition, and a strong connection to spirituality. Represents the youngest son. It's ruled by the earth element, northeast direction, colors like blue and black. Number 8 governs the hands and body weight. It's about, tapping into your inner strength and wisdom.
So while number 7 helps us learn from those tough times, number 8 kind of gives us the tools to like master ourselves and explore our spirituality.
Exactly. And finally, we have number 9, this fiery number just brimming with energy. It's all about fame, reputation, your social life, outward achievements, recognition. Think middle daughter. It's tied to the fire element, the south direction, the color red, and it influences the health of the heart, blood, and eyes. It encourages us to, leave our mark on the world.
Wow, each number is so intricate. But you mentioned before that those missing numbers are just as important. So how do we interpret those?
That's where things get really fascinating. Let's say your Lo Shu Grid shows that you're missing number 4. Remember, number 4 is all about building that solid foundation through hard work and discipline. So its absence might mean you tend to scatter your energy. Maybe you find it hard to focus on one thing at a time, or you don't always see projects through.
So if we're missing a number, does that mean we're like stuck, doomed to struggle in those areas?
Not at all. That's where those remedies come in. It's not about, changing who you are at your core. It's more about consciously incorporating the elements of that missing number into your life.
Oh, okay, I get it. So like if someone's missing number 8, which we said is about knowledge and intuition,
Right.
how would they apply a remedy?
Well, think about what number 8 represents, right? Earth element, northeast direction, those blue and black colors. So they could try bringing those things into their daily life, maybe by spending time in nature or meditating facing northeast, or even just wearing those colors, or, doing things that stimulate their curiosity, like reading or taking a class on something they're interested in.
So it's about intentionally bringing in that energy to create more balance.
Exactly. It's like adding those missing spices to a recipe to make it taste even better, but you don't want to go overboard.
Right. Moderation is key. You don't want to overpower the whole dish. Now, you also mentioned these planes or arrows. Can you tell us more about those?
Yeah, the arrows, they add another whole dimension to the Lo Shu Grid. Imagine lines connecting certain numbers within the grid. They form these 8 distinct arrows. And depending on how they're formed and the numbers they connect, they give us insights into things like your potential for success or maybe some challenges you might face. And they can even highlight specific areas where you're likely to excel.
Arrows indicating success. That's pretty cool.
It is. So for example, one success arrow might connect numbers 1, 5, and 9.
Okay.
Which suggests, potential for career advancement and achieving recognition in your field. Another success arrow could link, say, numbers 2, 5, and 8, which might indicate success in ventures related to creativity, communication, intuition.
Wow. It's amazing how these numbers and their connections can reveal so much. But what if someone doesn't have a success arrow? Does that mean they're, not going to be successful?
Not at all. Remember, the Lo Shu Grid is a tool. It's not, set in stone. The absence of a certain arrow just means those specific energies might not be as strong in your life. It doesn't limit your potential for success in other areas. Remember, this is about self-discovery, not fortune-telling. It's about understanding your own unique blueprint and using that knowledge to make choices that are right for you.
This is so fascinating. It's like having a personalized map for our lives, showing us those strengths and weaknesses and potential paths we could take. But with all this information, where do we even begin to apply it? So we've explored this whole world of the Lo Shu Grid, decoded the numbers, talked about those missing numbers and remedies, and even those planes or arrows.
Yeah.
But now, like, how do we actually use all this ancient wisdom
Right.
to actually improve our lives today?
Well, the first step is, understanding your own personal Lo Shu Grid. There's calculators online, or you can use the method we talked about earlier to
Okay.
calculate it yourself. And then once you have your grid, really take some time to look at it.
So we're looking at those prominent numbers
Yeah,
and the missing ones,
exactly.
and then connecting those back to, different parts of our lives they represent.
Yeah, exactly. So let's say your Lo Shu Grid shows a very strong number 9, right?
Okay.
Which
Yeah.
is all about, fame and recognition.
Mm.
But then you notice you're missing uh, number 2,
Okay.
which is all about, relationships and that emotional balance.
Right.
This could mean you're amazing in your career, your public image is great, but maybe you struggle with those close relationships or expressing your emotions.
Yeah, it's like you're in the spotlight,
Mm-hmm.
but behind the scenes, things
Right.
aren't so balanced.
Exactly. And that's, where the remedies can help. Remember, it's not about changing who you are, but about consciously bringing in those elements of the missing number.
So in this case, someone missing number 2,
Yeah.
which is connected to, what was it, the Earth element,
Earth element.
southwest direction,
Exactly.
they might benefit from, like, spending more time in nature
Mm-hmm.
or really focusing on those close relationships
Right.
or even just having more pink and red around them.
Exactly. It's all about creating that balance, that flow
Mm-hmm.
within your Lo Shu Grid.
Like fine-tuning an instrument to get that perfect sound.
Exactly. And remember, the Lo Shu Grid, it's not telling you your fortune.
Yeah.
It's giving you a deeper understanding of yourself
Mm-hmm.
so you can make, more informed decisions.
It's pretty empowering when you think about it, to have this ancient wisdom guiding us
It is, yeah.
as we, try to grow and figure ourselves out.
Absolutely. The Lo Shu Grid, it offers this amazing perspective
Yeah.
on our strengths and weaknesses, our potential. It reminds us that we're all unique,
Mhm.
with our own gifts and challenges.
Right.
And by understanding these patterns, we can create a life that's really true to ourselves.
This has been such an eye-opening deep dive.
It has.
We've covered so much.
Yeah.
From the basics to the remedies to the planes. I
Mhm.
feel like I have like a whole new set of tools now.
That's great. I encourage everyone listening, calculate your own Lo Shu Grid.
Yeah.
See what you discover. It's a journey worth taking.
And remember, this deep dive was just for informational and entertainment purposes. It's not meant to be financial, legal, or medical advice.